Hi guys, Joshua,
Crystal Home.
and this is another episode of Step Out. Hey guys, we're so excited to be with you guys here today, and the word for the day and the topic is going to be fresh. Now Crystal, talk about, when I think of the word fresh, I think of like fruit or vegetables or something like that, and I remember just the other day we were driving down the road, and as we were driving down the road, we had to turn around, didn't we?
Yes.
Because why?
Because there were fresh grown, homegrown tomatoes for sale.
Tomatoes!
Yes.
And they were good, weren't they?
They're very good. I need more.
Okay, they're closed right now.
Yeah. No, yeah, you know what's crazy is there's nothing as good as like fresh homegrown tomatoes or even fresh seafood. For me, because tonight we had fish, that's why.
Absolutely.
Fresh seafood.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And I guess the same is just like a fresh word from God, fresh revelation. There's nothing as sweet or as good as that.
Yeah. Well, you know, and that word fresh too is in a sense like, you know what I'm saying, think about it. Okay, so it's like going out in the rain and then you begin to smell, you know what I'm saying, the rain, even before you even see the rain sometimes.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody about that the other day, is in a sense, you know, like I was thinking about Noah, you know what I'm saying, and how in a sense there was never a cloud in the sky, but I said, you know what, one thing that I felt that there was, I felt that you could smell, that he could smell the rain. Because it was coming. There was something coming. And sometimes in our life, we begin to sense things before they're even present, like to be seen. You know, like for instance, like sometimes you might hear the wind whistle and know, okay, well, there might be some rain coming, you know what I'm saying? Or as older we get, you know what I'm saying, you know, it's like people can feel the weather, you know.
Yeah.
But to me, guys, there's nothing there's nothing that tastes better than fresh fruit, fresh vegetables.
True.
And like Crystal said, a fresh word.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I want you to think about something that's refreshing or that's fresh to you. So like refreshing, I would think of in the sense, you know what I'm saying, like being on a hot summer day, you know what I'm saying, and just having either a glass of cold, you know, or to me it'd be a glass of cold water, or back in the day it used to be fresh squeezed lemonade. You know, man, lemonade was, because it's fresh squeezed lemonade, oh, you're fine. And so it's fresh squeezed lemonade, because you know why? Because it was fresh. It was fresh. You know, because you can go get the mixes and this, that, and the other, it's just not the same. Like, you know, like you go to a carnival or a state fair or something like that, you know, and you get, like, our thing used to be the funnel cakes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's not the healthiest thing for you, but, you know, and honestly, the funny thing is, like now, like, you know, it wasn't that long ago, we went somewhere, and Chris was like, I want a funnel cake. And I was like, well, let's get a funnel cake. We got a funnel cake, and she could taste all the grease, all the fat, everything. She was like, how did I ever like this?
Yeah.
Because it was never fresh.
Yeah. Well, no, it was always fresh, but the problem was, I've just started eating a lot more fresh foods, like foods that are grown on a vine.
No, it was freshly out of the fryer, and you know, it was freshly fried. But it really wasn't healthy for us. And the thing is now, like, because the more and more we eat the vegetables, the more and more we eat fresh, you know, whether it be meats and, you know, stuff like that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The more our body craves it. So it's like, in a sense, you know, so you got. I know Crystal's going to have a word here in a minute for this, whatever. But in a sense, like, it's like I also think of fresh. I think in a sense, you know, in the sense of, you know, coffee, right? Like going and you know, the aroma that the coffee, you know what I'm saying, or even tea, you know what I'm saying, man, it's fresh. But if tea is fermented,
It's nasty.
it has a smell and it definitely has a taste.
Yes.
Oh, I remember one time I got a glass of milk and it had some chunks in it, and that was not fresh. That was fresh something, but that wasn't fresh what I wanted. Fresh what I wanted.
Yes.
So
I don't know. There was something you said, and we said something earlier, and I thought of the scripture, but then I just thought of it again.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, okay, let me do this. So Proverbs 27:7. One who is full loathes honey or loves honey from the comb, but to the hungry, even what is bitter tastes sweet. And that's the thing, like with us eating the fresh vegetables and the fresh fruit and just the stuff that's healthy for you, getting the right amount of protein, everything like that. What happens is your body's getting everything that it needs. So the things like that funnel cake, they don't taste good anymore. Because really it gives no vitamin benefit to your body. And that's kind of the same thing, even to the hungry, what's bitter tastes sweet. And that's the thing, we're not feeding ourselves the right things. We're not, so spiritually, physically, and mentally, we need to be fed. And spiritually, are you feeding yourself the right thing? Or are you just feeding yourself the news and whatever else the TV wants to feed you, or shows that are crazy? I mean, don't get me wrong, I watch TV, but
absolutely.
There's also a time where you need to just really feed yourself.
Yeah, you know, and there's nothing like just going outside and just, you know, just being one with the nature and just letting it become your book, letting it become, like, you know what I'm saying, just begin to speak to you. Like, I remember one time while I was in the wheelchair, and I've talked about this before, but not on this, but in a sense where, you know what I'm saying, I saw all this grass and it was all flowing one way, but there was one little, you know, grass, you know, a blade of grass, and it was going the opposite way. And I'm like, and as I began to look at it, I was like, they're intertwined.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying, and how many times are we that little blade that's going a different direction and everything else is flowing, but yet, because of something different about you. And so the thing is, you guys, you can't even, there's no substitute. There's no substitute for it. You know, the real is real. And the thing is, I mean, you know, you can have all the, you know, a lot of times, guys, when we see a lot of different things, like, you know, on television and shows like that, whatever, a lot of that stuff is not real. That fruit that looks completely perfect, guess what? It's probably wax. Because just because things don't look appeasing, you know what I'm saying, don't mean that they don't taste good.
Yeah.
And some things in our life might not look good, but oh my gosh, does it have flavor to it?
Yeah.
I think of watermelons. It's like the more
yellow, the more yellow it is on the bottom or the white, the discoloration, and also to the more veins and stuff that's in it, then the sweeter it is.
Yeah, to me, I call them stretch marks.
Oh
I was like, I want to watch stretch marks.
Oh my goodness. However,
full of flavor, but you know, yeah.
Okay. When I brought up the scripture, what was crazy to me is when it says, even what's bitter tastes sweet. And so the thing is, then it made me think of bitterness. And a friend of mine, she shared this quote: bitterness is a root that runs the garden of peace. When we hold on to disappointment, a poisonous root of bitterness begins to grow. And, you know, sometimes we can be disappointed in, because really, I don't know if I want to go here, but however, we can be disappointed in the way that we see where the world or the country is going. And instead of focusing on what's good, we're going to focus on what's going bad and what's wrong. And, you know, my mom, she told me a long time ago, she said, control what you can control, and the things that are outside of your control, don't worry about. And really, we can make a ripple effect.
Absolutely.
We can make a change, but sometimes it's small and it's not large. We have to start with ourselves and in our own homes. However.
Yeah. Well, you know, so with that, so pretty much just to wrap it up, guys, is in a sense, you know, with that fresh is in a sense, you know what I'm saying, what are you doing, you know what I'm saying, to bring a fresh aroma to your home, you know what I'm saying, to your family, you know what I'm saying, what are you doing? Are you bringing in fresh flowers? Meaning in a sense, are you bringing in things that are good? I'm saying, when you turn TV on, you say, yeah, you can watch a show, that's okay, whatever, but are you going to continue to watch the same things over and over and let these things begin to channel your mind, your thoughts, this, that, and the other? Or are you going to begin to, you know, look at more things that are more wholesome, more things that are drawing you. You know what I'm saying? You know, even a board game, guys. You know what I'm saying? Board games, it's fun, it's interaction, but it's in a sense like it needs to be something that's just good for us. You know, I mean, that feels good. That makes you, and that's another thing. Like, you know, gardening and doing activities and swimming and being out with nature. These things, they make you feel good. Because why? Because they bring the life out of you. They put life back in you, not just suck life from you. And that's another thing about fresh, is in a sense, the other thing about fresh is the fact, guys, that it has to be used, because if not, it rots.
True.
And so, like, when you're giving a fresh word, you got to cherish it. You got to do something with it. You got to wash yourself. You know, because you get vegetables from the store. Guess what you need to do? You don't just need to throw it in a skillet. You got to wash it. So you got to wash your thoughts. You got to wash your mind. You got to wash your heart. You got to begin to wash these things. And then too, as you do that, then what you're preparing at your table, and what you're giving to your family, what you're giving to your mind, what you're giving to your spouse, what you're giving, you know, to those that you are mentoring or being mentored by, you know what I'm saying? It's fresh. It doesn't have all the residue, it doesn't have all the sand and all the grit and all everything else. It's fresh.
Yeah.
So I would just encourage each and every one of you guys to find something fresh. Find something fresh in your day, in your life, in your marriage, in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? And cherish that.
Yeah.
And don't let it spoil.
Very true.
Anything else?
Yes. Okay, Philippians 4:8. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble,
good.
whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put into practice, and the God of peace will be with you. So, I don't know. I don't know why peace keeps coming up too, but I just really feel like there needs to be a calm. You really can have a calm in the storm.
Absolutely.
When your anchor is Christ.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing, guys. I mean, there's so much chaos around us. You know, we got to be able to find a calm, even in the midst of the storms. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how long your days may seem. It doesn't matter how much work you've done. You know what I'm saying? How tired you may be. You cannot let yourself be worn down and become weary while doing well. You have to begin to worry less, and you know what I'm saying, begin to just, and you know, the funny thing about the bitterness aspect of it is the fact that, you know, things don't start bitter, they become bitter.
that's true.
And what happens is the fact that you don't focus on the better, and what happens, you twist that, or you just let that fresh sit there and you let it rot, and then you want to use it. And what happens is a lot of times we begin to try to tear each other down by that, whether it be by word, whether it be competition, whether it be comparison, all these different traps, you know what I'm saying? And rather than just letting it be fresh. And guys, listen, if something's in your life that used to be fresh and you smell it and it doesn't smell fresh, discard it. Discard it, because guys, there's so much all around you. You look to the left or right of you, down, up, you know what I'm saying? Look in the mirror, you'll see something. There's something fresh. Guys, I want to encourage each and every one of you guys to find that fresh word. Share that fresh word. And guess what? Let's see the beautiful future we all can build in the garden of life that we have. All right, guys, that's all we got for you guys today. So remember, be real.
Be still, sorry.
All right.